welcome back. Today we are doing something very interesting. We're letting AI tell us our futures. So obviously we don't believe this has any merit, but it's going to be really fun. We're going to ask it some questions and see what AI would have in store for us.
Let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I write a one-page story about my future, including where I will live, what my job will be, how many kids I will have, and what my hobby is.
Okay.
It was a sunny day in the year 2043, and you were living your best life in your dream home in the countryside.
Ooh.
After years of hard work and dedication, you had finally landed your dream job as a renowned architect.
You are an architect.
You had designed some of the most iconic buildings in the city, and your reputation had reached new heights. You are now happily married with two beautiful children, a boy and a girl. They were the joy of your life, and you cherished every moment you spent with them. Your family was your top priority, and you made sure to spend quality time with them every day. In your spare time, you enjoyed indulging in your hobby, writing. You had always been passionate about expressing your thoughts and feelings through words, and you had even published a few of your works. You were a regular contributor to the local literary community, and your writing was highly appreciated by all. Life was good, and you were grateful for everything that you had achieved. You had a wonderful family, a fulfilling career, and a hobby that brought you immense joy. As you sat in your backyard, watching your children play and enjoying the peace and quiet of the countryside, you couldn't help but feel content and happy. You knew that the future was full of possibilities, but for now, you were perfectly happy with the life you had built for yourself.
Wow, AI treated you well. Okay, I feel like AI takes like the most like generic, you know, like boy and a girl.
Yeah.
It's specific, but it's still generic. Are you happy with your life? Are there any other things you want your...
I don't see myself being an architect. I don't have more than 2 children, but I like the countryside. I love writing, so I think I did pretty well.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
Do you want to ask it any more questions?
2043, still having kids running around in the yard? How old are my kids running around in the yard? How long did I wait to have kids? That's interesting.
I want mine to be very specific, so... Okay, write a story about my future, including a detailed description of my husband. I want a detailed description, including height. How many children I will have, with a description of each. I want to know what my kids are like. I don't care. A hobby that I enjoy and a tragedy that I endured. Here we go. Why doesn't it want to predict my future? I guess you're better at talking to the AI than I am. Alright, here is my story. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, there was a woman named Sarah, or Ashlynn, apparently, who lived in a quaint little town in the countryside. We're both living in the... I wonder if we live close to each other. She worked as a successful writer, having published multiple books that had garnered critical acclaim. She lived a fulfilling life, but she often longed for something more.
This sounds like an action story.
It
sounds
does.
very fairy tale versus mine. It's just straight to the point.
Yeah, it's really funny. One day, Sarah met the love of her life, John, who was a kind-hearted and intelligent man with a great sense of humor. He stood 6 feet tall, yes! With striking green eyes and a contagious smile. They fell deeply in love and got married in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by their family and friends. John, stop. Okay, Sarah and John went on to have 3 children, each with their own unique personalities. Their eldest child, Emily, was... Remember my little baby doll's name when I was a kid was named Emily? Hi, Mom! Okay, continuing. Sarah and John went on to have 3 children, each with their own unique personalities. Their eldest child, Emily, was a creative soul with a passion for painting. The middle child, James, was a natural athlete with a talent for soccer. And their youngest child, Lily, was a curious and adventurous spirit who loved to explore the outdoors. I'm not mad. In her
I love how basic these names are.
Everything's so basic and generic. It's so funny. In her spare time, Sarah enjoyed practicing yoga and meditation, which helped her maintain a sense of peace and balance in her busy life. However, tragedy struck when Sarah's mother passed away unexpectedly, leaving her heartbroken and grieving. It was a difficult time for Sarah and her family, but they supported each other through loss and found solace in the memories of their beloved mother and grandmother. That is so sad. No.
You did that to yourself.
Despite this tragedy, Sarah continued to find joy in her work, her family, and her passions. She and John remained happily married, and their children grew up to be successful and fulfilled in their own ways. Sarah's writing continued to inspire and touch the lives of many readers, and she was grateful for every moment of her life, both the good and the bad. Wow, that was the most basic story I've ever heard. I get, like, AI is really, really awesome, but there are limits to where it will not measure up to human writing. And that apparently is our fate. I'm glad AI doesn't have the authority to write my future because it's kind of boring.
But we hope you enjoyed us reenacting these skits
Yes.
of the future that AI created for us.
Oh yeah. Let us know if there's any other questions we should ask it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't already, follow us on Instagram, click the link down below, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.